get started, share this on somebody's timeline, share it on your timeline, in a group, in a message. It don't matter. Sharing is caring. So we just gonna jump right in and talk about it, honey, because nobody told us when we was in the 3rd grade that being in relationships, being married, take as much hard work as it takes. What I know is we'll go to school, and I say this often, we'll go to school, women, we'll go to women conferences, we will read books, we will do all these things, we'll go to college, we'll do everything to perfect a gift, a talent, pursue a career, but we don't put sometimes that much effort in learning the art of marriage, because it truly is an art. You got to know what the Bible say about it. You got to make sure that the right person has found you, and sometimes you don't realize that you in a pickle, predicament until after the fact. How do you deal with a predicament after the fact? How do you maneuver through the things that happen in marriages, the non-communication, the lack of the sex drive, the adultery, the financial issues, the sickness and the health? How do you deal with all of these things when no one has equipped you with the tools? We normally live our married life and enter into relationships the way that our parents, you know what I'm saying? They were your model. Your grandparents were your model. You know, and if it wasn't a healthy model, 9 times out of 10, good morning. 9 times out of 10, you wind up being in a relationship and modeling your parents' behavior, whether you like it or not. That's what you saw. So that's pretty much what you're going to do. So what do? You have to put in the elbow grease to learn the art of being in a relationship. You got to know about yourself. You got to, baby, you just got to get yourself together. You and your man got to get yourself together, okay? No, but for real, this is hard work. Being in a relationship is hard work. Getting to know someone is hard work. Not alone, good morning, let alone you get married. I got married when I was 21. And dating is different from marriage. Dating, I'm going to say that again. Dating is different from marriage. There's a lot of stuff that you allow and it don't even bother you when you dating somebody. But the day you get married, the day after that, that's bothering me. The relationships that you had prior to marriage, it may not bother you. But when I marry you, she's not going to be your best friend. I'm your best friend. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things just change. The atmosphere shifts when you get married. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that. I remember going home with this feeling of, now what am I supposed to do now? Like, how do you be married? I'm thinking about the TV shows that I done watched, and I'm trying to do what I know that a married person would do, which is cook, clean, you know, sex your man down, and make sure I take care of my son at the time. But what else do you do when you married? I mean, like, I really think that marriage counseling before you get married is so essential. Not only do you go to your pastor, which is good. It's good to go to the pastor because you need the biblical standpoint on it. But you need somebody that's just a regular therapist or somebody to talk to you too, so you can have the best of both worlds, because nobody is explaining this to you. The frustrations that come along with it. And I mean, you as a black woman, you're not going to sit down with your black husband and say, us married now, what else gonna do? Because he's assuming that you know, and you assuming that he know what y'all supposed to be doing, but you really don't know. It's like when you get on a new job, you like orientation. We in orientation. You know, we need a manual to read when you're in orientation to know the do's and the don'ts of this company. Because like I said, dating, courting is totally different from being married. One of the biggest tools that helped me along my journey with being married was men are like waffles, women are like spaghettis. And I really wish I would have read that book prior to being married, so I could have had a greater concept of what marriage was and how different me and my spouse was. How God uniquely created us to be different like this. And it's okay. He's supposed to be the man. I'm supposed to be the woman. Not saying we got to just like stick to those roles of you cook, you do. No. Because I spoke to you, I think a couple weeks ago, let you know that every blueprint in everyone's marriage is totally different. FYI, me and David's marriage devotional will, the link for the pre-order will be available today. And I need y'all, when you see me post that, please, if you don't want to let nobody know you ordered the book, it's okay. Order the book anyway. You ain't got to share it on your timeline, because some people begin finicky about sharing. So if you feel like it'll help you and your spouse, or you know somebody who it will help, buy them the book, pre-order them the book. It's a book and an ebook. So anyway, we be needing a manual on this stuff with how to maneuver through different things. And one of the hardest things to maneuver through is broken trust. When your trust has been broken, whether it's with infidelity, whether it's with the finances, whether your trust can be broken by other things other than your man having sex with somebody else. Trust can be broken. Your husband or your wife can lie to you about something so simple, and then all of a sudden you sitting at your desk and you realize he lied. I didn't know he lied. I did not know you lie like that. Like you lie for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily have to be infidelity where you find that trust has been broken. How do you rebuild trust? Everybody tell us to turn it over to the Lord. He'll work it out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he will work it out. But how do I apply God's principles to my marriage? How do I do that? What does that look like when you've never seen it? Is all I'm saying. So we do what we're accustomed to do. We fuss, we fight, we have attitudes. We think that the other person's supposed to know you're mad because you're throwing things around. And I've learned, don't expect me to know nothing about you. You mad or nothing if you didn't open your mouth and use your pink tornado to say, I'm mad because you left the cabinet open. I'm mad because you didn't flush the toilet. Don't think that I can read your I should know. I can't stand when people say that. Well, you should know. No, I should know. You got a mouth, just like I got a mouth. So I'm gonna need you to say what's wrong with you. That go back to communication. Some people don't know how to communicate. And wives, if you on here, don't tell me if I'm right now. When you dating them, and I ain't talking about now, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. I just want people to know that. I just be talking about what I'm talking about. I love marriage. When you're dating them, you can communicate with them. You can talk to them about absolutely anything. But some people, good morning, when you marry them, they turn into a Ninja Turtle. Like they just ball up into a ball of can't communicate, can't express, just they shut down when they get married. Why is you doing it? Before I married you, you was talking my ear off. Now I can't even pry your tongue open with toothpicks. Hello? Has that happened? Have anybody ever experienced that? The lack of communication. I married you because you was a great communicator. Now I can't get you to talk. But anyway, I'll go back to say, there's just a lot of things that we need help and we need skill in. You got to reach out to other sources. Just like you go to school. Just like you equipping your making cup skills or making t-shirts. You'll go to take a class to show you how to do that more effectively. You and your spouse need to do things like that together so that you can grow. God wants you and your spouse to be at peace with each other. He wants you to be loving each other. But again, every blueprint is totally different. But at the least, I want to be at peace with you. I don't want you to be public enemy number one. I want to be in love with the person that I took vows with. What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with you wanting to be in love with the person that you took vows with. I didn't say I do so that I can divorce you in a couple months. That's not why I married you. I married you because I loved you. What was it about your spouse that made you marry them? That made you say, I do? That made you walk down the aisle? That made you go to the courthouse? That's what we're always in the back of our mind, thinking that that's how it's always going to be. But life has a way of giving us something totally different. So how do you respond when the picture isn't picturing? You see what I'm saying? You got to work at it. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes you picking up books to read. It takes you going to therapy. Sometimes you got to go to therapy by yourself. It takes you getting you together. It takes you being re-centered and refocused, because I know for a fact that in marriages, sometimes you lose yourself in your children. You lose yourself in your spouse. And you become angry because you feel like an alien. You just walk around, you don't know what to do. You by yourself at the house and you don't even know what to do. You don't know what you like to watch on TV. You don't know what you like to eat, because everything that you've been doing for years has been based and centered around your family unit. So I just jumped on real quick because my husband finna call me to encourage you to seek help, to seek advice, to do your part, do your research, find things that you know that will help strengthen your marriage. And if it's strengthening your marriage, maybe share that information with a friend. Don't get mad if they don't want to receive it, but just sharing is caring. Quit talking about other people's marriages and what they going through. Pray for your brothers and your sisters, because this thing that we in this together. This is not an easy road for nobody. It's not easy. I love my husband. It's easy this time, because I guess I done did it 3 times. I feel like I got it allowed. Ah! I'm just playing. Let me stop. But for real, encourage other people. Don't be encouraging people to do stupid stuff. No, you need to sit down and talk to your spouse. Give them good advice. And if you don't know how to give somebody good advice, don't give them any advice at all. We're supposed to be building and helping each other. So let's do that in this season. And if you need any extra tools, you can download my ebook, pre-order my ebook and my book, because it has activities in it that you and your spouse can do together to bring forth communication, to bring forth unification. Because sometimes you just need prompts. We need the prompt. Yes, it takes all of that. We need a prompt. So today, later on, when I get situated, I'll be dropping the link so you can go ahead and pre-order the ebook and the book if you need the book. It's a 30-day devotional for you and your spouse. And I know y'all gonna love it. I know you're gonna enjoy reading it. I know you're gonna enjoy the prayers. I know you're gonna enjoy the fellowship with your spouse. And remember, I learned this years ago. Anything that you do consecutively for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So if you and your spouse do this for 21 days, it's 30 days. But if you do it for 21 days, you don't develop a new habit in your marriage, a new healthy habit. Who don't want that? I pray that God will bless you, bless your husband, bless your heart, bless y'all communication, bless y'all love life, bless everything concerning you and your spouse. And that he will give you guys the desire of y'all heart, that y'all will come together and y'all will be one, that you would grow. You will grow in God. Another thing, everybody husband, it takes time for them to get into the church. Quit beating your spouse up because they're not as spiritual as you, as love them where they at. One thing God made me do with David was, I love David where he was, in his drunkard, stupid state. That was my man. I loved him. I didn't beat him up. I didn't nag him. I didn't keep pointing out his flaws. I didn't every day rub it in his face. You need prayer. Like, I didn't do that kind of stuff. You're just a demon. I didn't do that kind of stuff, because I got issues too. But my issues didn't look like his issues. See what I'm saying? Nobody on this line is perfect. You ain't perfect. Your spouse ain't perfect. You may be living more righteous than they are, but you still got some areas for improvement. So learn to encourage them. Husbands are like little kids, little boys that need a cheerleader. They always need a mom and they need a cheerleader. So you can quit that. I ain't nobody mama. Yes, you is. When you get a man, you You hey friend, you his play mama. Like when you playing house, I'm gonna be the mama, you gonna be the husband. Take it to that. They need that kind of nourishment and respect and honor. That's how you can win your husband heart back to you, by respecting and honoring him as who God has chosen him to be, even if he don't look like a king. I call David king. King David, bishop, apostle. Hello. And baby, he was very far away from that. But I spoke life over him. Never did I make him feel lesser than anything just because I go to church and sing and doing all this, and oh, you was just a demon. I ain't never said nothing to him like that. I've never said anything to make his esteem feel low. Never. I never have. Even if we got in heated fellowship, my response was never a response where I go low. I don't go low, because I know one thing: words hurt worse than licks. And I forgive you for no, you don't need to hear you talking to me and calling me out my name and stuff. That kind of stuff lasts longer than licks. So y'all be encouraged. I love y'all.